Good morning everyone, and welcome to this condensed recording of our Microsoft Dynamics CRM online webinar. Today's presentation is a condensed recording of Dynamics CRM Online and forms part of a series of videos that are available. Today is merely intended as a very initial overview and introduction to CRM. We're going to start off with some PowerPoint slides, and then we'll show you some software to give you a look and feel. The objective of today is really just to give you, as I say, an initial overview of the software, what the technology is about, and hopefully how CRM can benefit your business. My name is Nick Barber, and I work for PCR. Before we go any further, I'd like to confirm the agenda. Very simple. This is just an initial overview. I'm going to give you an introduction to PCR, who we are and what we do. There'll also be an introduction to Dynamics CRM, and then we'll look at the software itself with a very brief demonstration. So in terms of PCR and who we are, we've been around since the early 90s, and our business is all about implementing, installing and supporting business applications, which we've done from day one. As part of that, our customers also asked us to provide the infrastructure on which our applications sit. So we are a fully accredited Microsoft partner, not only working with the business solutions division with CRM, but also with the more traditional Microsoft products such as Windows Server and Exchange Server. We were awarded Gold Partner status in 2008, and we have been working with Dynamics CRM since the UK launch, which was version 1.2. We're a Microsoft accredited cloud partner for both CRM and Office 365, and as I mentioned, in addition to our business applications, we also provide IT support services, network design and implementation as well. In the time that we've been established, we've developed some strong relationships with industry-leading partners on our supplier side. So we work with Dell, Microsoft, Pegasus, to name a few, and we also have a very well-established, loyal list of customers that we work with as well, some of which you can see listed in the PowerPoint slide. So what is Dynamics CRM? Well, Dynamics CRM can be a number of things to a number of people. But Dynamics CRM is a highly customizable, powerful set of tools for sales, marketing and service that we believe can improve your business in a number of ways. CRM centralizes your important customer data to help you attract more customers, retain existing customers and increase sales and productivity. With Dynamics CRM, your people can cut through the clutter. They can focus and zero in and easily identify what information is needed to better serve your current customers and importantly to allow you to find new ones, which will obviously help your business grow. With CRM, users can perform many functions, but some of the functions they can perform, they can track and assign activities relating to customers. They can find connections to customers and prospects via LinkedIn and other social media. They can follow a guided sales and service experience with built-in sales practices that are best of breed, but importantly designed around the processes that you currently have to enable them to consistently deliver the best sales experience for both existing and prospective new customers. Importantly, CRM also allows people these days to work effectively from wherever they are and on pretty much any device. So we have a version that's a desktop version that works in the browser, which you'll see today. We also have an Outlook edition, and there are editions for the latest tablets and smartphones as well. For management, what CRM provides is it provides the ability to report on activities, to detect trends and to assist with forecasting and monitoring performance against target. So we believe businesses want to be able to find a relevant way to connect with their customers so that they can deliver what people want. And with CRM, we believe the software enables people to do that. It enables people to respond quicker to customer inquiries and therefore increase sales. Now, in today's competitive environment, we believe CRM can make your business more successful by helping you to connect with your customers, giving you a competitive advantage, allowing you to really understand your customers' requirements and make meaningful connections to build long-term relationships. With CRM's sophisticated marketing modules, you can create and report and monitor innovative marketing campaigns to help you attract new customers. I mentioned the ability of doing business anywhere. Again, we believe that providing access to the system wherever your users are gives them the benefit of being productive wherever they are, and importantly, they can continue to work together with their colleagues providing they have access to the system. Dynamic CRM is available on your desktop PC, your smartphone and your tablet, and those additional apps are at no cost. It's often difficult to maintain a complete view of your customer across both sales, marketing and service departments as well. And even for small companies, when everyone is really busy, there isn't always time to have internal meetings before customer meetings. So CRM allows you just to keep all of the records in one place for everyone to access. So you have complete views of all the history and all the interactions with your customers from one system. Dynamic CRM Online helps you access and organize customer data so that you can stay on top of events in the customer's business or industry. Imagine how much easier it will be to walk into a customer meeting with a complete understanding of that customer's past relationship with your company and a good idea of what problems they may be facing today. It's going to make your customers feel more valued, which in the long term strengthens relationships. Today is just intended as a out-of-the-box presentation for CRM, but it's important to consider that Microsoft Dynamics CRM is a completely customizable solution that can be effectively deployed in a wide variety of organizations. With standard customization tools, it's possible to create a system that is specifically designed for your business. There are a series of packaged apps that also plug into CRM to provide vertical market or industry specific functionality. Applications such as membership management, events management, integration to account systems, to name but a few. So bear in mind that CRM is a quick to deploy and is a flexible solution. Once up and running, it is very easy to use and provides significant value to your business by allowing you to manage growth and hopefully increase your sales. So I'm conscious to try and keep the PowerPoint slides to a very minimum. So what we'll do now is we'll hop over to CRM. Now in this scenario here, just to confirm, I'm using the browser edition of the software, but as I mentioned earlier, bear in mind there are other options available to users. In my role, in this imaginary role, I'm sort of putting myself as a salesperson. So when I log into CRM and I go to my home screen, I've set my home screen as a sales related dashboard screen. So from here I can see my pipeline that's graphically represented in a traditional funnel approach. Within CRM, within the demonstration data, we have three main phases to our, in fact we have four, but my opportunities are all in the first three phases of the pipeline. To the right of that I have an activity feed, so I can see new records that are added, new items that are added to CRM, maybe new cases on the service side. Further down we've got some more graphical representations of data, so I can see where my leads are coming from, what my top opportunities or sales situations are, and who my top customers are this year in terms of their spend. And we've also got an activity list at the bottom. It's important to note that these dashboards are, in this situation here, are mainly directed at sales data, but there are others that are provided as standard. As you can see here, they can easily be switched to. I just happen, as I am in a sales role, I happen to make a sales dashboard as my default. So when I log into the system, it's the first thing that I see. The other screen that I'm probably going to pay quite close attention to initially is the activities list. So the activities list effectively gives me as a user of the system a list of activities that are either due or overdue. It shows me all the promises that I've made to call for perhaps those longer term situations where, talking to prospective customers, not interested now, but call back in 6 months' time. These concept of views is fundamental to CRM. So the data that you see represented in the first case are highlighted in these views. It's important to note that these views are fully customizable, so the columns that appear, it's all down to system customization. We can also change the view by clicking on this down arrow, so I can filter by what type of activity. I can also filter the view on those that are overdue or not overdue, and I can filter on any one of the columns that you see here. So if I wanted a list of just the high priority items, I can filter that accordingly there. Any data that you see in a view can all be exported to Excel. We have close integration to the existing Microsoft Office products, as you would expect. So this screen here again is going to be a screen that users would normally be directed to and would use quite extensively. Just to explain a little bit about the navigation around CRM. So at the top on the left hand side we have access to the main areas of the system. So we have sales, service and marketing. Those are the three core areas of the system. To the right of that, further across over here, we've got the ability to view recently opened items. We can add new records. We've got an enterprise-wide search facility that certainly makes finding records a lot easier. And we also have an advanced find, so we can use the advanced find to segment the data, so show me all customers who meet a certain criteria. Underneath here now, if I click on, for instance, the sales area, the system will then show me a list of all the entities that are supplied as standard. Again, the standard entities that you see here, there's quite a few of them. CRM is a comprehensive sales automation solution. Today we're just going to focus on the accounts, which are the company records, the contacts and sales opportunities. Bear in mind, all of these can be relabeled and rebranded to suit your terminology. So for instance, we could call the accounts, we could call it companies, and that terminology would apply right the way through the system. But what we're seeing here is literally just the standard solution. So if I select the accounts, the system will now show me a view of the accounts. So again, I've got my default view is active accounts, but I can change that to be, for instance, all the accounts where we've not had any orders in the last 6 months. That will change the view. All of these views, as I mentioned, we can export direct to Excel. So from the view, I can click export. It will then download that into a spreadsheet for me. As you see there, we can choose the sorting options, we can choose the columns that appear. If we want to open a record and view that record in more detail, highlight the record. As I hover over it, a hyperlink style navigation appears, and intuitively I click on that, and that's then going to open the record. Now the idea behind the record here is to show you everything you really need to know about this customer on one screen. So the screen is split into 3 columns. On the left hand side we have some standard information. So we've got the name of the company, their account number, phone number, address. To the right of that here, you'll see we've got again an activity feed and a history of all the activities on this particular customer. We've also got a view of the related information. So this is a company record, and I can see the list of the contacts that work at that company. I can see any opportunities that we may be currently working on, and any service cases that we may be working on as well. And in addition to that, we've also got a series of standard fields where we can use it to classify our customers. So we can select the industry or the SIC code. We can classify them by turnover, number of employees, so on and so forth. That's by no means an extensive list of the fields, and we can also add our own fields to the system. So here I have added a field that we're interested in. This particular site may want to classify their customers into gold, silver and bronze. So what I've done is I've very quickly added a new field to the system. In this case, I've added it as what we call a pick list. So that's a list of options that are available, discrete list of options, gold, silver and bronze. But there's no limit to the number of fields you can add, and you can have many different types of fields. So we can have numeric fields, text fields, date fields, yes, no fields, as you see fit. If I want to open a related record, so in this case I may want to speak to Paul, I may want to just look at his record first, so I can click on Paul, it will then open his record. Again, I can see straight away posts that are relating specifically to Paul. So he may have logged a case on the service department as a salesperson. I have access to that. I can see all the previous activities that may have taken place. Okay, if I want to quickly add a new phone call, I can click add phone call and very quickly and easily add a new phone call to the system. We're trying to make it as intuitive and easy to use to encourage people to improve and increase adoption, so that history is maintained right the way through the system. If I'd like to see the history in more detail, I can view activities. From here I can also create new activities, whether it be a task or in this case a phone call. I may schedule a phone. I speak to Paul on the phone, and we may agree that I will phone Paul to follow up the proposal. I can specify when I'm going to do that, so I can set the date. So I may say to Paul, listen, I'll speak to you in a week's time, so I can set that to the 28th of September. I can then save and close that. That will appear in my list of activities for Paul, but importantly what it will also do is it will appear in the activity list when I log into the system and I view my activities. Okay, so there you can see it appearing in the list, and as I say, that will appear in the list of my activities. So when I log in next Monday, phoning Paul will be at the top of my activity list. In addition to that, I can also view related sales opportunities. So the system is provided with an entity called opportunities, and what that is allows us a place to store and track activities specifically relating to individual opportunities at a customer record. So in this case, I can see an opportunity has been created. It says very likely that they will order some products from us, which is great. On the system, what we can do is we can classify our opportunities and we can put them into stages that we must populate prerequisite information before we can progress onto the next stage. So in the demonstration system that we have here, our sales process is relatively straightforward. We've got 4 stages, ultimately culminating in a close. But I can see here all the information relating to that. I can see when the customer is indicating they will make a decision by. I can also put some products associated with that, a total, some estimated revenue, and when we think it's going to come in. So from a sales management point of view, I can then start to forecast what sales have I got coming in. What we will eventually do is when the sales opportunity follows its course and reaches the end, we're either going to close it as won or we're going to close it as lost, and then obviously we've got full reportability on that all the way through the system. So hopefully that gives you a very brief overview of CRM and in terms of the customer data that we can hold. I mentioned here account classification. So again, the CRM system, one of the key aims of any CRM system is really to help you centralize your data to make it more manageable and more secure. Well, once that data is in the system, it's important to know that you can easily extract it and you can easily use it for other purposes, such as creating marketing lists and campaigns. So you can individually add in this case companies to a marketing list, but what I'm also going to do is show you how, using the advanced find functionality, we can segment our data much more effectively. So from the advanced find menu, what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify what I'm looking for. Now, this drop-down box will show you everything, or all the entities rather, that are available on the system that you can search across. But I'm going to search for accounts, and then within accounts, you then get a list of all the fields that exist within the accounts. So I'm going to specify that what I want to do is I want to extract a list of all my gold customers. So I select the account classification field. I've then got an operator type, obviously the standard ones that you see listed here, but I can say equals, does not equal, so on and so forth. Because the account classification field is a pick list, the system knows that there are a discrete list of values that you can have, so it presents those to me. In this case I'm going to add gold, but I could for instance say gold and silver. I could add silver as well. Select gold. When the data is returned, I can choose the columns that are returned. So by default it will give me the name, the primary contact and the main phone number, but what I can do is I can then also add in the email address. So I can scroll down here and I can bring back and tick the email address. That column can be moved, as you see there. Using those arrows we can change the width of it if we wanted to. When I select OK and then click on the results button, it will go away, find all the customers that meet that criteria. I can then select OK. Again, I can either add them to a discrete marketing list, or I can export those records direct out to Excel, maybe to then send off to my email marketing platform, or I can perform a standard mail merge. Okay, so hopefully we've given you a very brief overview of Dynamic CRM. Hopefully we've shown you or given you an insight as to what it can do. It is not intended as an extensive demonstration by any way, shape or form. There is a lot more that you can do with CRM. What we've tried to do is just condense it, an initial overview into a bite-sized chunk, if you like. If you'd like more information, you can see our contact details there on the screen. Please feel free to give us a call or drop us an email. If you'd like to find more information, there is more information available on our website as well. But I'd just like to say thank you very much for taking the time to view this recording. I hope you found it useful, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you very much.